Hey guys, Money in the Bank just got over and I'm here to discuss on what went down on this amazing night. With so much at stake, as the winner of the briefcase not only challenges for the title but also segments their status right at the top of the division. Has this been the best PLE till date? Not by a mile. But there has certainly been few eventful spots that's worth discussing. Let's begin. The night kicked off with the women's Money in the Bank match, and while it wasn't the best, it was still long enough to keep the audience guessing who will steal the briefcase in the end. While my pick was Alexa Bliss as she needed the briefcase more than anyone else in the match, it was Naomi who climbed up the ladder unchallenged to retrieve the briefcase at the end. It doesn't matter what you think about her, as both the champions are in dangerous dilemma now because she is as sneaky as you can get with that contract. Yo and Tiffany, you better proceed with caution. Next up, Dirty Tom put the gold where his mouth is and challenged Octagon Jr. from AAA Wrestling after earlier that night. They got into brawl at Old Schoolite. With the push that he's been receiving currently, I think it's time that creative sets him up in the matches like these, rather than him sitting on the sideline polishing Finn Balor's shoes in the Judgment Day. We need the Intercontinental title to reach the greatness it was during Gunther's reign with the title. Octagon Jr. built the momentum early on, but as always, the incursion of Liv Morgan allowed Dirty Tom handle the business at Money in the Bank. With the frog splash picking up the pin, overall the match was okay, but I have always wanted these matches to happen ever since the AAA takeover. Such crossovers must be encouraged. Next up, I would like to see Del Vikingo challenging for the United States Championship. Come on, let's make it happen. For a second time within a month, the man Becky Lynch fought Lyra Valkyria for the Women's Intercontinental Championship. Back on Raw, the man got a passionate promo on how she helped elevate the career of both Valkyria and the Intercontinental Championship. People really did start talking about Lyra when the Becky bit. So yes, rivalries like this was what the title actually needed. In her sixth title defense, Lyra started the match quickly and wasn't able to keep up the momentum as her inexperience showed on the big stage. As Becky stunned Lyra, adding the Intercontinental title to her illustrious career with a roll up that definitely didn't look clean at first glance. Overall, this match was the best of the night so far and should have certainly been the opener. Both the opponents evenly matched, put on a show. Not only did they take the fight to each other in the ring, but outside the ring too. Superplexes, submission, and finishes on the floor just wasn't enough to keep both the women down. In the end, though as predicted, the man won the title, and it will be interesting who will be challenging her next. Will Lyra get her rematch, or will there be more than two women contesting for the title down the road at Riyadh, Saudi Arabia? I guess we'll find out soon on Raw. The men's Money in the Bank match was up next, and as great as each of those contenders were, there was always gonna be a better chance of me winning the women's championship than Andrade, Penta, and El Grande Americano winning the briefcase. The match then was between Rollins, Helen Knight, and Solo Sikoa. And yes, it was Seth Rollins who, with the help of his so called dogs, climbed the ladder and retrieved the briefcase in what was an intense face off between Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and the new bloodline, who did come out to side with Solo. Jacob Fatu betrayed his cousin at the last minute, destroying him in the process. You talk about everything building between them over the past few months. I still felt this finish was hurried as I personally was anticipating the betrayal to happen the other way around, and not sooner than SummerSlam, where it would have been definitely made sense. Nevertheless, does this signify a face turn from Solo deserves to be wrestling in the ring rather than ringside? We'll find out next week on SmackDown. As for the architect Seth Rollins, the real question isn't when he'll cash in, but who will spoil it for him. Will it be CM Punk or the tribal chief finally return to spoil the festivities for Rollins and his faction? I guess we'll not need to wait much longer as Gunther and Jey Uso face off for the World Heavyweight Championship on Raw this week. As the rivalries on both Raw and SmackDown are all over the place, one thing that's definitely changed is the dynamic of the World Heavyweight Championship. Remember Batista 3 as the champ back in the early 2000s? While Jey Uso is nowhere near the animal, his talk with the title has certainly improved since he won the title back at Mania. This momentum must surely continue, and we need more worthy challenges for the World Heavyweight Championship. As over the years, the focus has barely shifted from the WWE title. And this brings us to the main event as a tag team match between Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, who were against the newly formed unholy alliance of John Cena and Logan Paul. It wasn't a bad match overall, but you would know by now where Cena is involved, the match gonna be as dirty as it can get. The arena was filled with "You can't wrestle" chants, and both he and Logan Paul took all the cheap shots they could possibly take when the ref had his back turned. Cody Rhodes' return to the ring was filled with the same adrenaline he had when he left, and altogether he and Jay switched the momentum as about wore on. With all the momentum in the world as some miscommunication between Cena and Paul, Cody Rhodes went not before Cena almost had the win though, as he tried to steal the win by hitting Rhodes with the title when the ref wasn't watching. However, he was interrupted by a man in a hoodie who revealed himself to be none other than R-Truth, the man who should have never left the company in the first place. Embarrassed by Cena, in the Saturday night's main event, R-Truth ambushed Cena and hit him with the title before disappearing in the crowd to a loud cheer of the fans. You wanted him back? Well, he's back and cost Cena his first loss in 2025. And that was everything that went down at MITB and my thoughts on it. Will we see Cody Rhodes win the WWE Championship at SummerSlam, or would the final boss finally make an appearance to ruin things for the American Nightmare, who's looking to regain back his pride? Share your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Until next time, this is Movie Medusa signing off.